Hi you guys, it's Melanie and welcome back to Living Luxuriously for Less. Today I am going to do a video that I have been wanting to do for quite some time, and it's a very taboo subject that a lot of people don't like to discuss, especially in the event planning industry. But I have come up with a tool and a solution that will definitely help not only event planners but small businesses all around the world. So without any further ado, let's get started. We are now in tax season, and there are so many small business owners and event planners that, miss out on write-offs and they don't have their records in order. I mean, if you're one of those individuals that take a whole box or a whole bag of receipts to your tax professional, this video is for you. So a lot of people find themselves extremely stressed out this time of the year simply because, they're not organized, they're not certain what type of records that they need to keep and present to their tax professional, their CPA, or if you file your taxes yourself, you're not really sure exactly what is tax deductible and what's not tax deductible. I want to preface this video by saying I am not at all a tax professional, not at all. Okay, now my girl Very Carey is. She's certified, she's qualified, the dollar sign. I think that's what Usher said. But anyway, I'm not one of those people, but I am an auditor. And so what I did was that several years ago, way before I started Lux Studio and Lux Academy and Living Luxuriously for Less and all of the wonderful side hustles that I have today, way before that, I organized the tax records for our home. And then from that, I was able to build on it. And whenever I took them to my CPA, she always praised, my record keeping ability and the organization. And that's definitely what I want to share with you guys today. My husband and I we were audited twice. So since I've opened up Lux Studio, this is where we are now. So since I've opened up the studio and my husband started a t-shirt business, we've just been red flag, because of all these different itemizations that we have now that we didn't have before. But whenever we got audited, I just pulled my little records. I got my little book here. I just pulled my records out for that particular point in time, took them to the copier, had them copied and bounded and tabbed off and sent to the state, and we got our money. And so I want to share with you guys those tools today, and I will be selling this planner. It is in my Etsy shop, Living Lux for Less. I will leave the exact link down below for you guys who are interested in the entire system. Right now, it's only $22.22, but I do know that this is a wealth of information that I'm sharing with you guys, so it's only going to remain that price for the next 12 days. So be sure to hop on it. So the first thing that I do is that I break down my expenses by the project. So if you're in small business or even if you're at home, you break down your expenses by the project. So if you're at home, you may have different project areas like medical expenses, household expenses, you may have mileage trackers. Like my husband's a pastor, he ministers, so he has to do a lot of things with his ministry. If you're working and you're for my job, I have to have a certain type of shoe for work. So that is something that I can write off on my taxes. So you want to break down the different categories, and then you want to attach the records that match that category. Like if you have a receipt or an invoice for whatever you ordered, you want to do that. Like if you have medical expenses, you want to adhere your dental receipts, your medical receipts. You want to adhere all of those things to your, I have this sheet here. It's actually called a invoice and receipts sheet. And you just attach everything to this particular sheet. You just attach it there. You can staple it on there or tape it on there, but you want to make sure that it's readable. Like some people do things digitally. I'm not a digital girl, so that doesn't work for me. I like to physically see it because I feel like if anything ever happens and the state wants to audit me or the IRS wants to audit me and something happened and that digital record could not be pulled up, I would be in a world of trouble. So no, I'm a paper girl. I just have to be a paper girl for auditing purposes. So you keep all your receipts and your invoices on that particular sheet, and then you break it down by the month. And if you are in event planning, what I do is that I have an income, expenses, and profit sheet. And on that sheet, I will have the date, I will have the service or the event, and then I have the whatever income I made, whatever expense I made, and then my total profit. And at the end of the month, I take this sheet along with my client budget tracking worksheet and my invoice sheet, and I attach all of these sheets and I put them in for the month of December. So for the month of December, I know exactly how much I spent. I know exactly how much I made. I know exactly what services I perform, how many rentals, whatever the case may be. I have it here, and I have my total expenses for the month, and I have my total profit for the month. Now, a lot of times when you first get into business, people always tell you to report a loss for so many years, like report a loss. Let me tell you guys something. You need to be very careful with that, especially number one, if you're not actually experiencing a loss in your business. You know, you don't want to do that. And then number two, you're not building credit for your business. In the end, you want your business to be able to have a high credit score as well. So that's definitely something I want to share with you guys here. And if you're a tax professional, you can definitely leave your 2 cents down below, but that's just my thoughts on that. So I take all of these sheets. As you can see, I have 3 different sheets, and I may have, depending on the number of clients, I'm going to have a budget worksheet and an invoice sheet, you know, for each one of those things. And then it's for the month of December. So I'm going to file that in a file folder that says December. And at the end of the year, when it's time to file taxes, I just pull my W-2s, I pull my worksheets from January through December, and I go straight to file my taxes. I'm not looking for receipts. I'm not forgetting to claim things on my taxes because I don't have the records to represent those things that I purchased, because I have them and I've been keeping up with them all year. So my goal for myself is to have my tax records for the previous month completed by the 5th of the next month. So you can do it like on the last day of the month, but you guys know I get super busy. So what works for me is that I have all of these things ready by the 5th of the next month. I close out the month of January and I'm done with it. And so for those of you guys who are interested in purchasing this planner, I'm going to show you guys exactly what my records look like, not with real numbers, but I'll show you exactly how the system works up close. And I'll do a different video, and I will give you guys the link to that video so that you can see it whenever it's purchased. Another thing that I have is like a special project sheet, and I have like the budget, how long you spent on the project, so you'll kind of know how to charge for a special project. Let's say if a bride wants an owl runner that is like all rose petals, you have to kind of calculate how much you had to spend to buy it, when is it due by, how much material you use, what it costs, how much you profited. So you'll kind of know what to charge the next time. And that definitely helps with tracking that. I also have a shopping list. I have a project tracker and any learnings that you may have gained along the way. Also, in the financial section, I have a payment scheduler. This keeps you on track with like your clients paying, how they pay, when they pay, and if they paid on time or not. And I won't get too much in that because I want to more or less focus on taxes in this particular video. And then the final thing I have is like a mileage tracker. And so you track your miles, like when you go to Hobby Lobby, you're buying things, when you're going to and from an event, like all those things, you want to make sure you keep up with your mileage so that you can turn this mileage tracker in at the end of the year. When you go to your tax professional, you can turn this mileage tracker in to your tax professional. So other items that you may be missing is if you are working out of your home and you're using a home office, you can definitely talk to your tax professional about what you're able to write off in terms of your the square footage of your home, your utilities, items that you may need for your office, like printing, ink, paper, things like that. And like if you're in event planning, another thing that you may want to consider is that if you're doing something for a non-for-profit agency or a nonprofit agency, you can do so much work. Like they pay, let's say if they had a budget of $500 and the event that they wanted you to do for them costs $2,500. So you charge them the $500 and then they give you some type of in-kind scholarship or letter stating that you donated $2,000 worth of services or good or whatever to them. And you can also use that as a write-off for your taxes. So that's just a few tax tips for you small business professionals, especially for those of you who are in event planning and party planning. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you are interested in purchasing this planner, it is 4 different sections. It's the luxurious planner, and that's just like your normal month to week planner. I also have a productivity planner, and I will include everything that's down in that. I mean, it has so many different items, wonderful items. And then I have a financial planner. We just went over those, and it is definitely a lifesaver when it comes to filing your taxes. And then in the last chapter, I have a purposeful planner, and this planner kind of helps you to go through your like monthly vision boards, your goals, your brain dumps, your confessions and declarations, and any ideas that you may have. Like sometimes if you're driving and you get this great idea or you see this great vision, you have nowhere to write it down. I have a place in this planner where you can actually jot all those things down, and it's such a blessing to have everything in one place. Like every single thing is in one place. This is one planner, and it is a digital planner, so you can print it and you can fix it, you know, however it best suits your life. And so that's one of the things I like about it, because in it, you also have like a weekly planner and a daily planner, because, you know, sometimes I plan for the week, but like on the day of the event, I need like a full day planner so that you can use it to do a time schedule for your bride as well. So, and it's great to share with anyone who is on your team. So definitely check this out. I hope you guys enjoyed the tax tips. If you guys are interested in purchasing my system for doing taxes for your home, like I do have one of those too, and it just breaks down like your mileage, your medical expenses, your home expenses, your W-2s, your student loans. Like it's just a cover sheet for each of those areas that will ensure that you, like anything related to work that you're not reimbursed for work. I can definitely leave the link to those down below as well. So if you're interested in any of those and you want to prepare for tax season and you don't want to leave any money on the table, be sure to check out these tax organizational tools for both small businesses and individuals. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers.